Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
My beefy Loon.
Yes, today I'm beefy.
Beefy. You're
Beefy
always
Loon.
beefy. So, guys, we are so excited today because it is still summertime where we are. And so that means it's grill time.
Grill.
Grill. And we love grilling. We love steak and we love sandwiches. So let's tell them what we're doing. We're doing our grilled steak sandwiches. I pretty much gave that one away, didn't I? It's not like anyone's like, what are they making?
Yeah.
So I wonder what it is.
What a puzzle he's got going
Boy,
on.
I'm in a dilemma here. So anyway, we're doing a grilled steak sandwich. It's so delicious.
So good. This steak is, it's been marinating for 24 hours. I can't even tell you.
Well, let's tell them how we did it. Okay, so we are using a cut of meat called a flank steak.
Should we take it out there and show them the flank steak?
Well, we're showing it to them.
Right.
They're seeing it. So the flank steak is just a cut of meat that is kind of it's used often for London broils. It comes from the part of the cow that is very active. So it's if you didn't marinate it, it's going to be pretty chewy. But when you do marinate it, it really becomes super tender and so flavorful.
Yes.
And it's perfect for sandwiches like this. It's also perfect for stir fry. It's used in Asian cooking a lot.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It's a wonderful cut of meat. If you can't find flank, sometimes it's just called London broil. You could also use a flap steak. Skirt steak is really good, which is used often for fajitas. But anyway, you can find flank steak. It's not that hard to find. Okay.
I'm thinking about your broccoli and beef stir fry.
Well, let's think about this sandwich, okay? That's okay. So what we did, let me tell you about how we did this marinade. So we had just like a medium-sized bowl that I put a half a cup of soy sauce.
Actually, I'm going to stop you right now. I'm going to butter these hoagies while he's talking about
butter your hoagies,
yes,
would you?
Because we're going to grill these too.
Yeah. So he's talking about his buns. So you can use any kind of buns you want, but we like these hoagies work really well. Okay. So
I'm always talking about my buns.
You're always talking about your buns. Everyone's talking about your buns.
Well,
so
anyway, we digress.
We digress. So we're going back to the marinade. So that we start with a bowl that I've got a half a cup of soy sauce. So that's so flavorful. And to that, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. And then we're going to add a quarter cup of Worcestershire sauce, building these flavors. Then a quarter cup of olive oil, and then 4 cloves of garlic that we have finely minced, a half a teaspoon of sugar, and then 2 teaspoons of ground black pepper. Mix all that up, whisk that up. And then what we do is you can do this in a dish, you can marinate it in a dish, but what's really cool, it saves space, and it also I think it works really well, is if you get a large freezer bag like this, and then you just open it up, you get a pair of tongs or whatever, just get the meat in the bag. You got a bag of meat here. And then you just very carefully pour that marinade into the freezer bag, close up the zipper, and then make sure you get the air out of it, and then kind of massage the meat a little bit, make sure that marinade is in there, and then stick it in the fridge. I would recommend 6 hours at the minimum. Overnight is best. We did this last night, and so it's been going close.
Oh, I said 24 hours.
Well, you don't ever want to marinate meat really more than 24 hours. Then it starts to break down too much.
So we did it like 12 hours.
It's been about like 12 hours. Which
well, so I lied.
That's okay. Well, it's the gist. You got the gist. Okay, so that's all there is to it. So when you get up in the middle of the night and get a glass of water, go in and just kind of massage your meat a little bit. So anyway, okay. So the things we do at our house.
Yes.
Okay, so now it's time we've got our grill out there. This is so easy and so wonderful, and you're not going to believe the flavor. So we've got our grill heated up to, I can smell that already.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, help me hold that. And then we're just going to get that out of there. If I can do this without creating the disastrous mess.
Okay, we're going to go right there.
Okay, that is, it already feels like it's so tender.
And so I'm going to zip this back up.
You don't need that, so we're going to discard that.
Yes.
So put that to the side. Okay, so now this is ready for the grill. Okay, and you got your buns ready to go.
Yes.
All right, hot buns. Okay, so now we're going to show you in a little bit. We add some kind of like flavor addings or additional flavor.
Some major additional flavors
that we're going to get to when we get back. But right now I'm going to go grill this, and it's going to be very, very quick. All right.
Awesome. Let's go.
This is my favorite part of whenever we do this, because it's always like, look, folks, look what we've done.
I can't even. That smells so good.
Really, really good. So
right.
let's just quickly review. So we took it out to the grill. We had our grill nice and hot, medium hot, and we're going to cook this over direct heat. So we added this beautiful marinated flank steak, and it goes about, because it's not a real thick piece of meat, and so we let it go for about 5 minutes until it's starting to get kind of nice and brown charred on the edges, and then we came back out and we flipped it over and let it go for about another 5 minutes. At that time is when we put on our buns. Now you got to watch it because you don't want to burn your buns.
Yes,
I hate burnt buns. So
they burn easily.
Yeah, they just but
quickly.
Let's look at these.
Yes.
Look how beautiful. I mean that's a
gorge.
That's a gorge bun. Okay, so we love our steaks to be medium, maybe medium, starting to be medium rare, just kind of pink, not too bloody.
On a sandwich, I like a medium rare steak that I'm just having by myself.
He doesn't like it too juicy or too red, too pink for a sandwich, which I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we cook this to, and having a little instant read thermometer helps you tremendously to know the internal temperature, because you want it to go to medium. This is going to rest. So this has been resting for 10 minutes, because what that does is all of those juices then just kind of redistribute. If you cut into it right off the grill, all that juice that's so flavorful is going to go out. So this we took this off around 145. It's going to continue cooking as it rests, so it's going to get up to like 150, 155. Okay?
So
okay.
Now, as he's cutting that.
Let's talk about one. Let me, because this is the big deal.
Cut one more in there?
Yeah. So this is, so you've heard cutting against the grain. If you look closely, you'll see the grain. Like it goes in a certain direction. You want to cut against the grain, perpendicular to that.
Makes it more tender.
It just makes it more tender. Makes each bite more tender. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So let me just do the first cut. I always love that. Oh, it's so juicy. Look at that. Just perfect. Perfectly cooked and so flavorful. So now let's talk, while I'm cutting this, let's talk, what are you going to do?
So we are going to make this amazing chimichurri mayonnaise. Oh. Chris makes his own chimichurri, which is fantastic. We've got a link for it in the blog.
So chimichurri it's popular in Argentina.
Yes, it's great to serve on a flank steak or a skirt steak.
So so fresh.
Yeah.
It's parsley and cilantro and red pepper.
Look at that.
And red vinegar and red wine vinegar and lots of garlic. Incredibly flavorful.
Yeah, but so we like to put it on a sandwich, so we put it in a little mayonnaise. So I put this whole thing in there, Chris?
Yeah, that's a quarter cup of homemade chimichurri. So can totally be made.
And then that's a cup of mayonnaise?
That's a cup of mayonnaise. Okay. Yeah, and the chimichurri this all can be made well in advance. And don't forget the lime.
Oh, right. And then the juice of one lime, not too much. I don't want to squeeze the brains out of it.
Well, that sounds delicious.
Let's squeeze the brains out of my lime.
Yeah, well, that's one. He's such a, his culinary expertise is just, you have to really stay ahead of it.
Yes. So I'm just going to mix this up till it's thoroughly mixed together, and then we're going to slather it on our buns for those sandwiches.
Can we just take a quick look at this steak? You just had a moment.
Oh, wow. And look at this. I love the color of this. It gets just a little tint of green.
I know. And then what you can do, because keep it chilled for as much as you can, because it will thicken a little bit. This is going to be that sauce is a little thinner than your just plain old mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because we're going to coat these buns with that. And it's going to be great. Okay.
Now I'm going to get these ready.
Let's talk about what else we're adding to it as well.
We are going to add some little baby arugula here, because it's nice and peppery.
Yeah.
And then we also have, let me hold this.
It's summertime, so we got some.
Look at these amazing red tomatoes.
Those are heirloom tomatoes. Now, if you just any kind of tomato, we think is great, but heirloom is great. And don't forget, and we like to season it with a little salt and pepper.
Yes. All right. Hold on. I'm doing my salt. Harold, salt and pepper these up.
Salt and pepper, baby. Look at this. I just want to take a bite of this right now.
This is the best part of making these sandwiches. Or this is the best part of this recipe, is making these sandwiches.
Okay, I'll cut this for you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Now I'm going to put some chimichurri mayonnaise on the bottom of each one of these buns.
And again, we said we like going with just good old hoagie buns that we've toasted, but Kaiser rolls are great. I may have already said this. Any kind of sandwich, whatever your favorite kind of roll. Ciabatta is really, really good.
Oh, let's see.
But I do recommend toasting it because it just, especially if you do like a really bready one, it softens it, and plus it just adds so much flavor.
Love this
That is
mayonnaise.
gorgeous. Look at that.
I love this mayonnaise. It adds that certain like spice to it.
It just
so
adds a freshness,
good.
and it matches against this steak so
All right,
incredibly.
Chris, I'm gonna let you put some meat on there.
Yeah. Bring on the meat. My hands are clean. I'm just
Totally.
gonna. Oh my goodness gracious! This is. I mean.
It's happening. It's really happening.
I know we've been talking about this one for quite a while. I have to kind of calm him down when I say, next week we're going to do grilled steak sandwiches.
Yeah.
He's like, what?
Yeah, I start to shake.
He does. It's in, so.
Okay. So now we're gonna throw on a tomato. Look at
Yep.
that.
Yep.
I'm just gonna press it on
And
there.
besides, and so this recipe, as you can see, we've got plenty more over here. So it comfortably serves 4, but in our household that means 2. But
And then just a tad, just a little green. We don't want to get in the way of the steak.
yeah. No, it's really we love arugula, but any kind of it needs a little lettuce, I think.
Look how great, people.
I'm literally, my mouth is watering.
Yeah. I like to squish it just a little bit because I need to get it in my mouth. Okay, hold on, let me show
Now you don't
everybody.
want to cut. Oh, he didn't want to cut it in half.
Let me just show people.
Isn't that spectacular? But just wait till we eat it.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to wait any longer.
It's euphoric. It's fun.
It's amazing.
It's fun to feed the Loon. I can tell you that much.
That
What?
steak
It's crazy.
is so tender, and it's the flavor of that steak.
You don't need. It's just flavored so wonderfully, and then the chimichurri mayonnaise.
The chimichurri mayonnaise adds I always say bright.
It does. No, it is. It is. It's very bright. It's wonderful. That's don't you think that I always think like a gastropub or
Yes,
really,
and that crusty bun, that toasted crust. Y'all, this is my favorite sandwich of all time. It's amazing, and you know what? I've been giving this to you a lot lately. It's 1,000% Loon approved.
Oh, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Guys, it's such a great sandwich, and it's so easy to make. You should do it every day. Let's do it every day, shall we? Let's just keep a supply of marinated beef flank steak.
Well, we would, but that is crazy. I got a piece of meat here. I'm gonna eat it. Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm sorry.
I'm doing like a meat dance, a steak sandwich dance.
And he's done plenty of meat dances before, it is a combination of the flavors.
Now you can get this recipe. Oh, that marinade, and many more on howtofeedaloon.com.
I could just marry that marinade.
You're such an adolescent when it comes to some jokes like that.
That's why you love me.
I know.
So anyway, go to our social media, like us, share us, do all of that great stuff. And you guys, this was not difficult, but it's so good. You got to make it.
Yes,
It'll make you feel so good about the crazy world that we live in.
Everybody will love you when you make it.
That's right. All right, we love you guys. Bye, everybody.
Stay safe.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, now if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
That's right. And to get more amazing recipes like this, just click right here.
Click, subscribe,
Do it all.
subscribe.
Just click and subscribe.